everyone. Hello, everyone, and good morning, and welcome to Wow Wednesday. I am your host, Nancy Matthews, and I'm one of the founders of Women's Prosperity Network, along with my two sisters, Trish Carr and Susan Winner. And we have created this community as an opportunity for you to have a place to go for a continuing community of support, resources, education, motivation, inspiration, and all you need and desire to fulfill your purpose, your impact, and your potential. Today, we have with us one of our amazing members, Michele McHenry, who is a registered nurse and many, many other things. And we're going to be talking with Michele today about finding your power to grow young. And right before I bring on Michele, let me share a couple of announcements, what's happening in the Women's Prosperity Network community. So first of all, if you are listening to this, watching this, however you're accessing it, and you are not yet a member of Women's Prosperity Network, I want to encourage you to take a look now. Go to womensprosperityNetwork.com and you'll see all the different ways you can join this community. And the reason that I am sharing this with you today in particular is because I was talking with one of our members recently, and they said to me, I just love to do business with my WPN sisters. So if you're looking for an accountant, a graphic designer, a coach for health and wellness, you're looking for a business coach, you're looking for where's the best dry cleaner in your town, come to Women's Prosperity Network, because we have a robust business directory of women who are all heart-centered and like-minded in the spirit of wanting to make an impact. So go ahead, check it out, become a member today, and enjoy all the benefits that come with Women's Prosperity Network. Better than American Express, being a member, it pays. That's what I was going to tell you about WPN, right? So part of what we do here is provide resources, continuous knowledge, and support so that you can live and feel your best always. And today's conversation with Michele McHenry is all about how to find your power to grow young. Really, if we don't take care of this body, this temple, right? This is the vessel through which everything else happens. So I'm delighted to have with us today, Michele McHenry. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
Yay.
Happy to be here.
Yes, happy. Wow. And let me share a little bit about your very diverse and extensive background, and then we'll dive into today's conversation. Michele McHenry is the aging well health and wellness expert, registered nurse, international best-selling author, award-winning business leader, and John Maxwell certified coach. Me too. She is also a wife, a mother, and a nana to two beautiful granddaughters. She inspires people to unleash and own their powers so that they can apologetically live in their God-given power and faith with confidence in all areas of life. Now that sounds yummy. Michele's mission is to empower you to rethink how you age, reignite your health, and reimagine living your God-given purpose and best life. She has written her book, The Amazing Itty Bitty Aging Well book, and she believes that there's never been a better time to optimize your health, live well, and begin your journey of aging. Why? Because your health is your wealth, and you are meant to live well. So welcome, Michele.
Thanks, Nancy. It's great to be here.
It is wonderful to have you. So let's talk about your journey of transformation, development. You've done so many things. So to go from registered nurse, transitioning to health and wellness seems like a logical leap, right? Mm-hmm. If you to make that shift, because you're in the caring and serving industry as a registered nurse. But share about some of these other pieces: becoming an author, John Maxwell certified coach, business leader. You have a really diverse mix of things. So tell a little bit about your journey, if you would.
Okay. Sure. So I started my career 40 years ago as a registered nurse in ICU, and I saw the devastating effects of what happens when we don't take care of ourselves. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I think frustrated me the most is that most people didn't need to be there. And so I really started studying the effects of health and wellness, and just really set on that journey to preventative healthcare versus taking care of you after you have chronic diseases. And so that I really set out on that mission. But I also, during that same time, my husband and I started a business. We sold 32 years ago now. Oh, we started it 32 years ago. We just sold it last year. And it was totally unrelated to healthcare. It was really office equipment. So I learned a lot of great leadership skills there. I learned how to run a business doing that. And then I eventually got my MBA and all that kind of fun stuff. And in that journey, I became a certified John Maxwell leadership trainer, because we all are leaders. And if I can be a more effective leader in leading my team, whatever that team looks like, then I want to be the best leader that I can be. So yes, I have a very diverse background, and I just love pouring out and sharing with people and just helping them to be their best selves.
Absolutely. And it shows in everything that you do. And I would imagine in your experience working in the business development with your husband, and I know you just sold that business, so kudos for that as well. How did you deal with being pulled in so many directions? Because one of the main things that I see happen for business owners, and I think even more so for women business owners, is the many demands on our time and our attention, and saying, oh, I'll go to the gym later, or, oh, I don't have time to shop, or I don't have time to cook. And like this, I'm going to label it under self-care, but how it really shows up in our lives is just not making enough time, right, to do things we know that are going to be good for us. So
right.
How did that journey happen for you?
Oh, yes. So I just made it a priority to take care of my health. So if I was able to do it first thing in the morning, I would get up and I would do some kind of exercise, whether it was walking. Getting a dog's a great way to because you have to walk your dog.
Unconditional love and exercise all rolled into one.
But I also, I did have a gym membership. I would go to the gym sometimes, but more importantly, I also had some equipment in my basement. So I just made it a point to take care of my health. And I tried to eat healthy, kind of like the 80-20 rule. I wasn't like the strict health nut, but I really tried to take care of my health. And one of the things that really happened to me very early on in my career as well is when I was a student nurse, my dad had to have open heart surgery. And so that really made us take a look at our lifestyle. And so it became a lifestyle for me. And I just kind of just incorporated it into everything that I did. And yes, being a business owner, stress and all of that, I really just made it a priority to take care of myself. And I also took time to really dig into the Bible and really keep that at forefront in my life.
All right,
so that I could just breathe.
So I'm going to invite us to go down this journey. Since you brought up, really studying the Bible, and we talked several times about your God-given purpose. So you have, and you and I have had one-on-one conversations about this. You have a unique approach, in my opinion, to optimal health and wellness, aging well, removing disease, and it is faith-based. So let's share with our audience about that.
Yes. So one of the things that I do is I really help women to get to the why beneath their weight, if they're struggling with weight or they're struggling with their health. Let's get to the root cause. I feel like there's so many times we don't take the time to really figure out what the root cause is, and where the doctors are too quick to give us a pill for that, and the magic pill and things like that. And so when we unpack that root cause and some of the maybe the traumas that they've not dealt with, or the hurts and the insecurities and those kinds of things, I really take that approach from a biblical standpoint. And just really, one of my favorite characters is Wonder Woman. And one of my favorite passages in the Bible is putting on the full armor of God. I know, Nancy, we've got a little Wonder Woman, right?
Oh, yeah. I see yours.
Yeah. And so I just really help women to, put on the full armor of God, because we are so inundated with, I just call them the daggers and the arrows of everyday life, of the things that just come at us from out of nowhere. And if we're not properly equipped, it's going to affect us. It's going to affect us through our inner critic, who will give us these negative thoughts, through a negative thought of somebody else, and or negative circumstances. And so how do we reframe all of that and really, really put on that full armor of God and create that mental fitness that we all need?
And I love that you're talking about, you put on the armor of God to have the mental fitness, and it also protects our bodies. Like, it's really about creating that shield of protection for us, right?
Yes.
And so how does this relate to aging well and reimagining what aging looks like? Because, I'm 63. And even doing that, I'm 60. Like, I don't want people to know I'm 63. Yeah. And many of my friends and contemporaries, oh, my legs hurt, it's part of the aging process, I guess this is how it is. Like, there's this acceptance that we're supposed to not feel well physically as we get older. And I'm not buying it.
Yay, don't buy it, because that's not true. We don't have to go down that route. And it's all about us. Nobody else is going to take care of you. It's all about that self-care, right? So we have to there's certain things that we need to be doing to preserve our bodies, right? And really to take care of them. And the number one thing is just getting out there and moving, because a body in motion stays in motion. Yeah. And so that is so, so important. And it's important, the foods and things like that we put into our bodies as well. And it's just, what are we doing to make ourselves that priority in our lives? And I do have some things that I use personally to help me stay fit and to help. I'm going to go down the route of glutathione, because glutathione is the master antioxidant. It is the thing that every cell in our body needs. Our body actually manufactures it. However, as we start to age, and because of all of the pollutants in the air and the pesticides in the foods that we eat, and just all the many, many toxins, our body is stressed without us even stressing our bodies, if that makes sense, right? And so
it's constantly being confronted.
Yes, we are constantly bombarded, right, from external things. So it's not our fault. And so glutathione is the thing that keeps us young. The problem is, as we age and all the toxins, as we need more glutathione, our body manufactures less and less of it.
Does this have anything to do with, like, my skin getting thinner?
Yes. Yeah? Yes.
So do I just take a supplement, or like, what's the solution for this?
Yeah. And so, yes. And prior to a couple of years ago, the only way to effectively get glutathione into our body was through IV or injection, which was very time consuming and expensive. Mm-hmm. And so this company created a product where you can just swish it and spray. I have a spray. I just spray.
But you just spray it.
That's my magic.
Wait, you spray it externally?
Mm-hmm. I just spray.
I want some.
I know. It's like a game changer. I'm just
We
saying.
need it. You're going to tell us how we can get that, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, I want it. I do all these
Yeah,
other
yeah.
things. This is better
And
than lipstick.
it, yes. And what it does is it helps to firm, like, so on the outside, it helps to firm your skin. It helps with fine lines and wrinkles. So it's amazing. And the other thing, when you swish it and you get it into your cells in your body, it's in your cells within 70 to 90 seconds because of this nanotechnology. It's amazing. It's a game changer. And so anyway,
just look at her skin. I mean, come on. So we want that.
Yeah.
Hope you're going to let us know how to get it. So the
Okay.
spray bottle, I can spray it on me and also in my mouth.
Yes, and then you swish. There's another product where you just swish it, and then it because I'm going to liken this to when somebody's having a heart attack. We give them nitroglycerin, we put it underneath their tongue, and then what it does is immediately dilates their blood vessels, and so that it can help to get the much needed blood and oxygen to your heart muscles, so that hopefully it will stop the heart attack or at least slow it down. So our mucosal membrane is it's very flush, and when we put stuff in there, it will absorb immediately into the bloodstream and get to our cells. So it's so it's an amazing product. There's other glutathione pills and things like that. The problem with those is when it hits your digestive tract, it's so fragile. Glutathione is very fragile that it gets destroyed and very little of it gets absorbed. So that's why this is such a game changer, because we all need it. And this is the most effective way to get it.
Do you have a link to this on your website?
I do on my website.
Okay, good. We'll go there in just a moment. So her website is michelemchenry.com, and you go, and it's Michelle with one L, michelemchenry.com. We'll get the link in just a minute.
Yeah. And I can also get the link here. Sorry. Well,
no, we're perfect. It's all good. Let's keep talking. Let's keep talking. So glutathione, and absolutely essential. What are some other things that we can do? I mean, this woman is a wealth of knowledge, and let's remember, she comes to us as a registered nurse serving in ICU, starting that career 40 years ago. And there's a lot to be said for that, because one of the things that I appreciate about you, Michele, and your approach to health and wellness is it occurs to me that you really combine the best of Western medicine as well as Eastern medicine for this integrative process. Like, we're not meant to do just one or the other. And so speak to that a little bit about your approach in that way.
Yes. So because the other piece that I do, and we kind of talked about that a little bit, is really helping women besides helping them to find their power to grow young, I help them go from struggle to strength. And so to find and empower their inner warrior. And that's one of the things that I love doing, because when we all set out with good intentions, right? Like New Year's comes and I'm gonna, this year's the year. I'm gonna get fit. I'm going to lose the weight. I'm going to do this, right? And then something happens, right? And then we get sabotaged. We somehow get sabotaged, either through something that somebody said, or an event or a circumstance, something, right? Sabotages us.
And then we don't know, but as it's happening, we don't know that for me, in the midst of that decision to not go to the gym or change my diet, not stick with my healthy eating habits, in the midst of that, I don't know I'm sabotaging. I'm coping.
Right. We are coping. So yes. And so that is one of the things that I help women with, is recognizing when we're being sabotaged and be able to go, boom, oh my gosh, oh no. And I call this is a judge, right? It's really kind of your judge, and he sabotages us 3 different ways. through our negative thoughts, negative things, circumstances, or negative, the way we perceive something that somebody said, all those kinds of things. And so I help you really get down. I help you recognize that, what is happening in that moment, so that you can immediately go, boom, no, I'm going to go from sabotage into my sage brain or my wisdom brain, so that I can stand firm, and I'm not going to be shaken by what is coming at me. So that's one of the things that I do. And I love empowering women in that way.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful. So good. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about some things we can do now to support us in aging well. What are some of the other things we want to do?
So I want us to take a look at some of how much water are we drinking? Are we getting enough water? One of the best ways to detox our body is making sure we're drinking enough water. And we, like with all the environmental toxins, those things that we talked about earlier, all those things coming at us, drinking water helps to cleanse our bodies as well. So make sure that you're drinking. I know, but people are like, but I already know that, Michelle, but just make sure that you're doing it right.
And I want to give me some clarity on this, because how much is enough water?
Yeah,
and
about half of your body weight.
Half of your body weight.
Yeah.
And well, I drink tea that has water in it. I drink coffee. I drink carbonated soda. Does it need to, so speak to that? And I'll drink some water while you do.
Okay. Yes. So I want you to look at your coffee and your tea. If it's caffeinated, you're pulling it you lose water, right? You lose fluid. So it only counts about half. So like if you're drinking an 8-ounce cup of coffee, consider 4 ounces of it as your water intake.
First time I've ever heard that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, right. Because it will. Yeah. Okay. And so the same thing with tea. Carbonated sodas, they're okay. And I will have a little carbonated soda, not like carbonated water. I shouldn't say soda, carbonated water. Not right. I have that every once in a while. The issue with that, though, and you have to be really careful about, is actually the CO2 that they carbonate it with pulls calcium out of your body, out of your bones.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not. So just be careful how much you're drinking of that. So water really truly is your best source. Filtered is better if you can do that. And because I know some people are like, I don't really like the taste of water. Throw some lemon in it. Throw lemon in it. Throw lime in it. Lemon is, even though it's acidic, it's very alkaline. And so that you want an alkaline body, right? So the more alkaline you can make your body, the healthier it will be, the less disease that can grow.
How do we know if our body is at the right pH? Because that's what you're talking about, right?
Oh yeah. Well, you can buy pH sticks and things like that to test your urine.
What should it be?
Oh, it should be, well, 7.0 is it's anything above 7. 7.0 is the line for your pH, but it should really be like really 8 or 9. It really should be up there. So because
that's a pretty easy way for us to check and see how our body is functioning, right? With the alkalinity of it.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure we can just get those sticks on Amazon or our store of our favorite choice.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So I got 2 things today. I'm going to get some you're going to get us the link for the glutathione. Is that how you say it?
Yes. Glutathione.
Right, and then we're going to get pH P sticks. I'll just call them. So,
there you go.
Right. That's what it is.
Yep, it is. It is.
All right, beautiful. And if you have the link, go ahead and drop it in the chat here,
Yep.
and then I will share it on Facebook as well. Okay.
Yep.
So let me grab that link. And Michele, I know you, this whole piece about taking better, it's not only about taking better care of ourselves, it's about reclaiming control so that these saboteurs and these three judges, as you refer to, don't run the show. Like, I want to be running the show, from my higher self, from my divine self, from my, God inspired path. And I know that you have a class coming up, and I want you to share with our community. When is the class? How is it? Why should they attend? So tell them all about that.
Yes. So the class that it's going to be next Monday, November 6th it's going to be 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And it's from struggle to strength, empowering your warrior within. And so I would love to have you come. And it's really just talking about those saboteurs, because not only do you have a judge, and he judges you three different ways, he brings accomplices along. There are 9 accomplices that your judge brings along. And those are all like things that have happened to you from your past, and you don't even realize it. So that when you get triggered, one of these accomplices comes along and they just like, yep, they affirm that you should be feeling exactly how you're feeling when you shouldn't, when they're sabotaging you. And so that's what I just love teaching this class. And so I would love to have you join. If you can join me next Monday, and I think you'll find it very valuable.
Awesome. So, and is there a charge, or is it?
Well, normally there is, but I'm going to do it for you guys for free.
Thank you. Don't you see? I told you, Women's Prosperity Network, our sisters love to support each other in beautiful, generous ways. So go to the website, michelemchenry.com. And then when you get there, you'll see right in the menu bar, you'll see the link to Sabotage Masterclass. So go to michelemchenry.com and then click on the link, Sabotage Masterclass, right in the menu bar. And then I know many of you, both on Facebook and here with us on Zoom, are saying, okay, I'm going to register for the class. Definitely register for the class, because look at the wisdom nuggets that Michele has shared here today. And so I have two takeaways from today. One is you're reminding me of the things I know I'm supposed to do, and bringing in brand new things that I didn't even know about. So at 63, I want to look and feel my best. So I want to have a partner like Michele to support me in all of this. So we need to have someone by our side, because not registering for the class is a function of one of those saboteurs, I think. Like, why wouldn't we? Right? If you're going to spend an hour watching television, Netflix, or whatever TV show you want, or stuff on YouTube, and you're not willing to give yourself an hour on Michele's masterclass, take a look at that. Just saying.
I can stick the link to register in here as well.
Okay, beautiful. So go to michelemchenry.com and it's /sabotage registration. And that's a lot of letters. So you click on the link if you're here with us online. And if you're calling in on the phone, just go to michelemchenry.com, 1 L in Michele, and you'll see the link right in the menu bar for that. And the link to get the glutathione is lifechanging.numi.com, which is so life-changing, all one word, .numi, NEUMI.com. So go ahead and grab both those links, and let's open up for some questions, because we are at that halfway mark. So give me just a second. So if you're here with us on Facebook, you can put a question or a comment in the chat and in the stream thread, they call it. I'll go ahead and bring that to Michele. If you're here with us on Zoom and you're on your phone, you can just hit *6. I'm giving the ability for everybody to ask questions. If you're with us on the Zoom webinar, you just raise your hand and we'll get you in queue. So let's see who we've got so far. So I see Tallahassee phone number 850. Did you want to ask a question? Good morning.
Yes, please. My name is Jeanette Dethridge. I'm actually in South Florida, but that was our phone number from before when we lived in Tallahassee.
I know. I can't help it. I have this connection to phone. My entire family.
That's why, because we have not met, and I would love to meet you. And I was in the car. I'm trying to get these 2 addresses, and I don't know if I can open up on Zoom. Could you text me those after the meeting?
Actually, the best way to do this would be can you go to the Facebook group where the replay is? Because we'll have both links for you there.
What address on the Facebook?
So Facebook, it's Women's Prosperity Network.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll do that right now. Thank you.
Yeah. And if you have an issue or, you can't find it, just reach out to us at WPN. We'll get you covered.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice to see you again, Jeanette. Glad you're here. Awesome. All right. Next up, we've got a few more people in queue. So 321-480. Do you have a question or a comment?
Good morning, Nancy. It's Diane Chasik with Lifestyle Health. Can you hear me?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Michele. Thank you so much. And Nancy, thanks for bringing Michele on this morning. I just love the topic of anti-aging, which is really not the way we say it anymore, right? It's aging with grace, right?
And you are all about that, my friend.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I just got back from 5 weeks on the road in an RV, and I was loving every single minute of it. I think I still have a little bit of Texas accent.
I think so, too.
And I keep saying, yes, ma'am. It's just ingrained a little bit, right?
I love it. That's so cool.
Yeah. Anyway, Michele, I just love everything you said, and it's so true. What we put in and on our body is so important to the way we live and age. And I just wanted to put in my little 2 cents about pH, our body pH, and it really should be about between 7.4 and 7.6. And the best way to do that is, as you said, to do the things to eat right and things like that. It's also possible to reduce our body burden of the toxins that we have that just come in through breathing, pumping gas into our car. I just got gas in. I was like, I'm breathing those fumes. And so, yeah, it's real important that glutathione is important. That's like our garbage man of our body. So it's important to do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, detoxes. Yes.
Detox. And I've discovered in my travels, Nancy, you know me as the lifestyle health person. I'm always looking for something for making our bodies better. And I found a really interesting detox program. It's actually drops it, and it can go in your mouth, kind of like the glutathione, and it cleans out your blood of all those heavy metals and toxins. It's amazing, and it just makes it more simple to get your body to that proper pH. So thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, it sounds like you and Michele need to team up and find a way to collaborate between the expertise you both have to serve even more of our community. So thank you for being with us today, Diane.
You're welcome. Thank you. And yes, Michele, I definitely will follow up with you because it's true. It's so important to think about these things. So it's not all just about working out at the gym.
Right. There's more to
we'll be in touch. Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Welcome back to your trip.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, my friends, let's go ahead and register for the masterclass. You're going to go to McHenry.com. And then sabotage-registration is the link. And I will go ahead and make sure I put that in the Facebook group. So give me just a second for that. There we go. And or if you didn't catch all that, just go to Michele McHenry, one L in Michelle, MichelleMcHenry.com, and you'll see the link to the Sabotage Masterclass right in the menu bar. So let's go ahead and take some more callers and questions. So if you're with us on Zoom, go ahead and raise your hand or unmute yourself. And if you're with us on Facebook, you can list your comments in the chat right there. And so I want to ask, as I'm waiting for more people to come into queue, can we talk about sleep? Because I know sleep is another really important factor in feeling well, aging well, and all of that. So do you have some recommendations? I find that I'm a really good sleeper, and typically I fall asleep in 2 seconds flat and can stay asleep all night. Until recently, I'm starting to wake up more during the night. So do you have any suggestions on sleep? How much would you get? How can we get better sleep? What do you recommend for those things?
Well, I would take a look at your environment. So, and what are you doing at night before you go to bed? Are you watching TV? Are you on your phone? Are you on your computer? They really recommend to get off of any of your devices for 2 hours prior to going to bed. So that would be one of the things I would look at if we're having trouble getting to sleep, because that can affect our circadian rhythm with the lighting and the blue light and all that kind of.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Right. And so that would be one of the things I would look at. Look at the temperature of your room. Is it too hot? Because even though, I like to be snuggled up and I like to be nice and warm while I'm sleeping. But the lower the temperature in the room, actually, the better for your sleep. So that would be another thing that I would look at. And also, if you're waking up in the middle of the night and you've got that negative self-talk going on in your head, because that's usually when that's when he really is really good at talking to you. Like, oh my gosh, why did I say that yesterday? Or why did that, right? Like you got.
Fortunately, that's I wake up to go to the bathroom, I think is what happens.
Well, there you go. We'll lead into that one too, is watch how much water you're drinking at night. The other thing I would really recommend is look at, I typically, after I eat dinner, I don't eat. I don't snack at night.
Yeah,
I love intermittent fasting. So I typically will eat somewhere between 8 and 10 hours of the day, because intermittent fasting helps to detox your body as well. So I would I don't eat after dinner, and then I would limit how much fluids I'm having.
Just like I used to do with my kids when they were little.
Right?
Yeah. Right. And for me, what I have found, although I don't always do it, is eating my last meal of the day just as the sun is going down. So once it's dark, which gets kind of weird when we do the clock change next week, but so there's those adjustment periods.
Yeah. So hopefully those are some little tidbits.
All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. And LaDonna says she just registered for the class on November 6th. Well done. And once again, tell us the times of the class?
Okay, it's at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain, or 11 a.m. Eastern.
So if you're in momentum coaching with us, you can simply just come to Michelle's class, and then we'll get on momentum right after that. So that's how.
Yeah, we'll just be done. Boom.
Boom. Right.
Time to go momentum.
I love it. I love it. So register at MichelleMcHenry.com and then go to the menu bar and you'll see the link for Sabotage Masterclass. So definitely do that. And I want to talk more. There was so much buzz in the chat about this glutathione supplement. And again, you're going to go to lifechanging.neumi.com. So life changing, all one word, .neumi, NEUMI.com. So a question in the chat is, what does glutathione help with other than wrinkles? So tell us more about that.
Yeah. So it helps with mental clarity. So if you're struggling with, like, where did I put my keys, or like, what's that person's name? It actually will help with mental clarity. It helps with muscle recovery. So if you are an athlete or you do exercise, exercise actually will deplete your glutathione. So it's really a great supplement for that. And just trying to think some of the other things. It boosts your immune system. So yay, right? We want to boost our immune system. We want to be as healthy as we can be. And it will help tighten and firm the one that we spray outside. It will help tighten and firm our skin. Who doesn't want that, right? Like, okay,
all of it.
So I just turned 60 in January, so I'm not gonna age gracefully. I'm gonna fight it every step of the way.
That's awesome.
So it's I'm telling you, I keep it on my desk. I just spray. You only have to do it twice a day, but it feels so good because I'm in Colorado now, and it's so dry here that it just is like, it's just like this nice moisture in my skin, for my skin. I
can't wait to try it.
What's that?
I love it. I can't wait to try these products. And I went to the website while you were talking. Sorry if I
that's great.
I'm so eager. And there's a lot of different things on there. So I would imagine some people are going to have questions. How can they get in touch with you directly to find out which should I order? What's the best thing? Like all of that stuff. So what's your contact info?
Oh, I'm just going to put it in here.
I know we have people on the phone, so we also need to say it.
Oh, okay. Michele with one L at michelemchenry.com. And my cell phone, I'm happy to just have you give me a call, is 717-330-5467. Again, that's 717-330-5467.
Perfect.
And I'd love to talk with you.
I did put it in the chat here on the Zoom. I'm not going to put it on. I'll put your email on Facebook because I don't think you want your cell number out there, but that's okay. So reach out to Michele if you have any questions, if there's, and please remember she's an RN. So let's take a look at what type of, medications are you on? What's really happening with your body? Are you going through menopause, or did you already do that? Are you approaching it? Like all of these factors play in, like the diet or health plan that you did 10 years ago that you try to do today, your body is different. So, and I know for me, until I learned about that, I was like, what's wrong with me? This diet's not working. Right? But that's why we need to have somebody by your side like you.
Thank you. Awesome. And I also say they just came out with a product last Wednesday that I'm really, really excited about called Hers. And it helps with PMS, bloating, cramping, hot flashes. So if you're having hot flashes at night, let me know, because it is a game changer as well. So yeah, this company is amazing. I'm just going to say. So anyway.
Yeah. So they've got lots of stuff to help us. So that's great. Yeah. Okay. Again, go to michelemchenry.com. If you have any questions, reach out to Michele. Michele at michelemchenry.com. And you can also reach her cell phone, 717-330-5467. And she's here to support you to I love that statement. I'm not aging gracefully. I'm fighting it every step of the way. And you're winning. So you look fabulous, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, so good. All right. Any other questions, comments for Michele before we wrap up today's Wow Wednesday? I think, let me double check on Facebook. I think we're good. All right, we got another one for you. How about helping with vaginal dryness during perimenopause?
Ooh, boy, that's a great question.
Right. We're talking about the stuff that people don't want to say out loud. So thank you. Because we need to know these things.
Yeah, that's a great question. And that is not my specialty.
Okay.
My specialty is heart and aging well. But yeah, maybe, you know what? I'm not going to say that these products won't help. I don't know that part. You know what I mean? Like, that's a great
She's going
question.
to find out now. So thank you for the great question.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, Nancy. Hello.
Yeah, who says Stacy?
This is Stacy. It is. I've been trying to raise my hand, and I didn't know if you saw it. So I thought I'd jump in here. So good morning. This is Stacy Clark, the Maximizer, and I find this all very, very interesting. I've been telling my kids for about a year or two now that I intend to live until I'm about 150 years old. I don't know if you guys have heard, but they say that within a few years, in fact, they're going to be able to do that, right? That we are going to be able to live that long. So I'm always trying to think about, well, what are the things I can do to preserve my body so that, because you don't want to live that long and live miserable, right? You want to be able to be healthy, be vibrant, enjoy yourself. I mean, you know, I could have 3 of the lifetimes I've already had. I could have, 2 more at that point. So I'm like, I really want to be able to enjoy myself. So the interesting thing, though, for me is that it seems that if you did all the things that they say you need to do, you literally, when people retire, you often hear that people say, I don't know how I worked before because I spend my whole day doing things. And the reason is that there's all these things that you suddenly need to do. So, for example, walking, stretching, taking Epsom salt baths, doing other things that help your body's lymphatic system. So I do rebounding and other exercises and modalities where, you're massaging your joints and you're doing. So my point is that there are so many things that they say you could or should do to help preserve yourself and help you to be more ageless, so to speak, and then there's the facial things that you do. We do the massages on your face and your eyes, and it's just, I'm just making the point. It's not really a question. It's just an acknowledgement that there are so many things that they say you could or should do that sometimes it just seems overwhelming, and then you feel guilty. Oh, I didn't do this. I'm not doing that. So just wanted to add those thoughts into the conversation.
Yeah,
and that is your overwhelm, and that is one of your saboteurs talking to you, right? And so that is so true.
I'm overwhelmed.
She's not saying you.
I'm just saying that there's a lot. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying that when we're hearing that messaging going on, like, and then you're like, I'm going to give up. I'm just not going to do anything. I'm not saying that's you.
Here's a question for you. Can I make it into a question? Yeah. What to make it easier? What then? How should we think about it in a way that allows us to compartmentalize and figure out which are the things that we need to focus on and how to bring the appropriate balance between time and activity to do some of these kinds of things? That's a better question. So thank you. I'm going to listen now.
Yeah, that's great. What are the things that you love to do? What did you enjoy doing? If you love rebounding's excellent, right? That's a great thing. It helps with your lymphatic system, and you're getting some exercise in that as well. So what are those things that you love to do and enjoy doing besides sitting on the couch and watching TV? I'm not saying you, but for somebody, right? Like, because that's not one of the options. Actually, what I want to say about that is the new smoking. I don't know if anybody really realized that when we sit all day and we're not really moving. And one of the things I would encourage you to do is, especially with those of us who sit all day in front of the computer, is every hour, get up and do something for 3 minutes. Get up and just move. Sometimes I'll do jumping jacks. Sometimes I'll do push-ups. Sometimes I'll do just marching in place or going for a quick little walk, right? Yeah. Just to rejuvenate the cells in our bodies, right? Just to get the blood flowing and all that kind of stuff. But just look at those things that you enjoy. Look at those things that are working for you, right? Because we can, yes, you're right. We can spend all day or every day doing things and then just compartmentalize it and say, today I'm going to do this. Tomorrow I'm going to do that. Right. And celebrate what you did for yourself. And it doesn't have to be a lot, but like, we don't have to exercise for an hour. It can be 15, 20 minutes. Right. But just do things throughout the day, move your body throughout the day, do those things that you love and enjoy. Spend time with those people who build you up, not tear you down, that bring you joy. Right. Those are the things that will long term really help.
Thank you, Stacy, for bringing that up. Because
that was a great question.
There's so many different options. And I love your answer, Michele, is to follow what feels good for you. So Stacy might love rebounding. I love yoga.
Oh,
right.
Yes.
So that's my thing. I don't like rebounding, but I do love yoga, and my body craves it because I've built the habit. So I crave it now.
Yeah. And that's a great form of exercise as well. The other thing I want to say is, as we age, we start to lose muscle. And so if we can 3 times a week, lift some weights, and I'm talking 5-pound weights, 8-pound weights, like whatever is start with 3-pound or whatever, but just like do some bicep curls, do some like different things. Strengthen your core, keep your core strong. Yoga is a great way to keep your core strong, because as we age and we start to lose our balance, the stronger our core, the longer we will be able to move and
not fall down.
Because
that's the thing with my grandmother. As she was aging, she would fall down and then she had to go to the hospital. Keeping the core strong helps maintain the balance, so that when you go like this, you can recover. I can see the difference too. Fantastic. All right. Well, I've so enjoyed today's conversation. I can't wait to get my spray and whatever I need. So I'm going to reach out to you to find out which one I should get. Everyone here, please join us for the masterclass on November 6th. Question: if we're not able to be there live, will we get the replay?
Oh, I was not planning to do that. It's just live. Okay. I will be repeating it though, so you can go back and join the next one, or just reach out to me, because if you're not able to join, we can just have a one-on-one conversation. I can just talk to you a little bit about that, and I do have a program, so I can talk to you about the program as well, because it's not enough to just learn about it. It's putting it into practice, and that's what I help you do, is put it into practice. So good. All right, great. Thank you for that. And I just put the link in the chat again and in the comments. So the masterclass is, to register for the masterclass on November 6th, you go to michelemchenry.com, and to get the product, the glutathione spray and swish and all those options, check it out at lifechanging.neumi, neumi.com. Hope was asking in the chat, so I hope that you got that. I'm sure you did. And at the end of the day, reach out to Michele. She is a registered nurse and MBA. She lives and breathes this. She looks fabulous. She feels fabulous. And she's an example of what's possible for all of us. So, Michele, thank you so much for your commitment and your passion to be of service, and for all you brought us today. So thank you, my friend. Oh, thank you, Nancy. It was a beautiful beautiful day. Thank you all for joining us for this Wow Wednesday. Be sure to go to our website, womensprosperitynetwork.com. Check out all the different ways that you can be part of this community, because we love to hang out with each other, do business with each other, and make a difference together. So get out there, my friends. Make it a wow day, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone. Bye, Michele.